All right, cool. I'm switching over in 3, 2, 1.
Okay, I'm ready to go whenever. So, oh wait, he's switching over to. Wait, I'm confused now.
For a countdown, Waldo?
He is deafened to us, so I'm not sure if he's done with his intro or. Okay, we're live. Okay, all right. So yeah, if you wanna count me down, then I'll just go.
Okay, I'll count you down, I think.
Right.
3, 2, 1, go. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tiki Show on the Waldo channel. We got intro right off the bat. This is the most boring part of any game I've ever played. We have a lot of RNG in intro. We have passive Bs, which doesn't bother Tiki that much because he actually does single block. But normally you'll see a lot of players kind of wish and pray for non-passive Bs, but Tiki don't care about that. And then we have Vile, and we have Ship. Tiki's pretty good about getting a bot, I like to call him reverse Baja Blast, so we'll see if he gets that. That's a passive B, and you'll notice that if we see another B and it either shoots missiles or bullets from the front of its face, those are the 3 patterns: bullet, missile, pattern. That was a bullet. Tiki don't care. Just jumps right into his face, and if Tiki were to not do a single bonk, he would actually be very concerned with his health, whether or not he could do task cars or not. Task cars saves roughly a second, and you need 4 or more health to execute task cars. Oh, there, right there was a slope jump. Very subtle thing that saves well, definitely a lot of time in the next stage, but that's the first one we see, and they're very important. The way he's shooting these cars right now actually lines up his bonks here, so he wants to shoot them in a way that he's sort of kind of creating a bridge. Those cars are actually going the exact same speed as X is walking, but because Tiki made a bridge with them, he can kind of cross that bridge and save the time, which is, again, close to a second. Oh, and there's that reverse Baja Blast, dude. Nice.
Yeah,
it's like 4 frames or something, right?
Yeah, so like, I don't know, the way, I don't actually know how it really works. The idea is that you get the lemon and the blue shot to hit the car on the same frame. Go! And the way, like, I set it up is that I go all the way to the right, and then at some point when the car is, like, near the bottom, or near the ground, I press left, and then 2 to 4 frames later, release the shot and start mashing. And that seems to be what works for me.
It sounds free, yeah.
Yeah. It's a nice three frame window between the left press and the release.
That's might as well be like a whole minute.
Yeah. So it generally feels like, you know, in your head you just press left then release, and that's just how it goes.
You're very consistent at it. So, and like initially players were going to the left, and then if we got left ships, or it was very easy to die there or not get it at all, in my opinion. Baja Blast is very tricky in any regard, especially the way Tiki does it. I tried to do it. He tried to teach me. I couldn't do it. We actually have our first stage. We're here because we need dash boots. You're going to see way more slope jumps here, and one of them is pretty essential. You really don't need to go for these. You see that reverse slope jump? Very nicely executed. Only saving about 5 frames or something, but this one's the big one. Oh, does that make you nervous, dude? I'm so sorry.
No. I've been messing that one up quite a bit in attempts, actually.
I don't think my PB has it right now, to be honest with you, dude. It's a tough game, and you'd think walking would be easy. It's probably the hardest part of it.
Yeah, it's just a lot of the time you wanna like save every frame that you can.
Yeah.
So I like oftentimes slope jump too early and then miss the wall kick.
Sure. This is our first speed tech. You want to kind of... It's basically you're killing one that kills the other type of deal right there. Pretty tough to execute, but that's our first bit of speed tech right there. Not that big of a deal if you miss it. Tiki, I don't actually think I remember how you do snowballs here, but this is always beautiful. Check this out. Always love these snowballs. We need that health. We definitely happy we got that health. Debatably, actually, I would say that it's not even debatable that this is probably your hardest Maverick. To do fast. You can probably just go through, do full charges, and be okay and dodge them, but to do this fast is really where you start to see a separation between runners. Tiki, being the man and runner that he is, making this look so easy. Look at that, wow. That was the first frame, I think, too. That's a shame. Oh, something to mention is probably,
Okay.
Nice fight, Tiki. Holy moly.
That was a pretty weird pattern, but yeah, a lot of it is just, like, reaction and response.
Yeah.
But the general idea is that you wanna, like, anytime you're charging, you would kind of rather go for a full charge, and, after every charge, you kind of want to, like, distance yourself a lot so that you can get a dash lemon, which does 2 damage from far away. But the thing is, if you press and hold a lemon, you start charging in the interim, so, like, you get to a full charge overall faster.
Yeah, CFOs are very important. It allows us to, like, up our DPS. Essentially what he said is we want to start our charge as soon as possible, and doing a shot further away is how we do that. This is a really technical stage. I would say this is one of the hardest stages. Top 2 for me.
I think
lot can go
by
into
far
it.
the hardest for me.
Really? Yeah,
Yeah.
I was having trouble with Sigma 1 near the end of my track, but a lot of opportunities to get nickel and dimed here. We can do something called gap jumps, which save, I think, roughly 20 frames. There's multiple chances for gap jumps in this stage, and what we're doing is we're trying to do a really tight jump in between ladders. We'll see if we get a few here. There's one that... okay.
Yep.
This climb is always beautiful. No,
Yep,
dude.
Sure is.
It is beautiful. Look how it makes you want to cry. Oh, there's a gap. Hell yeah. Okay, so that was, that's a gap. Oh, and iceless. I forgot to get... I did any percent. We have iceless. Good job, Tiki.
Thank you.
First try, so easy. Forgot it was in the game. Oh, and ending with a beautiful gap. Good job, Tiki. That was a 6th stage.
Yeah, this stage is just super duper hard to get everything
It is, man.
down pat. Like, there's no section of the... well, I guess except the elevator that's, like, easy.
Yeah, yeah. And that's just waiting to get, like, to do the hard stuff.
Yeah.
Tango is exactly how it looks. It's just a timing thing. It's not that complicated, but it does take a few hours to get the rhythm down, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I'm a slow learner, but... our next stage is incredibly difficult. We're going to do something called a Phantom Grab. I'm not going to go too technical. Basically, we are going to farm a drop to do a buffered input. We're rewriting the memory, basically, so we can load in... This is Hundo, so we need this heart here. But we don't have water because Octo's alive, right? So we're going to do a Phantom Grab to grab the heart, and I'm going to shut up so you can do this. It's pretty difficult.
Yeah, so basically you want to collect the drop from your boomerang the frame before the game loads the heart.
Yeah, we're gonna see some juggling here. Check this out.
There it is.
My man, making it look easy. Let's go. Incredibly difficult trick. Tiki actually did comps from my ESA run, and I spent 3 minutes doing that same trick. That's it. I spent 3 minutes doing the same trick, dude. It's incredibly difficult. Here, you can see those dash lemons come into play that Tiki mentioned. We need 5 dash lemons and 18 boomerangs, and our boomerangs are so rationed throughout the stage because they're also Chameleon's weakness. So we need to be very conscious of not missing those or bonking those into his body. Very important we keep our reservations here. Reserves, I suppose. And this gives us our armor. Tiki, is it 50% armor damage reduction? Or it's pretty crazy, whatever it is.
Yeah, 50%, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm sure we won't die.
Whoops.
Ever.
Never. It's impossible
Never.
to die.
It's
with the armor.
impossible. Yeah, we're not gonna die intentionally later on.
Yeah, the armor does. You get it way earlier in this route than like other conventional hundo routes. Which does enable like a couple of strats that I go for later on for like the mandrill boss fight and the octopus boss fight, where you can basically just like deboost a whole lot in favor of getting the fights to be a little bit more consistent.
I actually can't wait to see your Octo, because I remember you flirting with that when I was playing hundo, and you just destroy him with DPS.
Yeah, but that's one of the things where like you look like an absolute genius if it goes right, and you look like an absolute dumbass if it goes wrong.
I look forward to seeing which happens.
Yeah, you either get genius runs or dumbass runs. In my PB, it's definitely a dumbass run for Octo. I lost like 6 seconds on my gold in my PB, which is pretty ridiculous.
Wait, you had a 34-49 with 6 seconds to save on Octo and no booty, huh?
Yeah.
Can you slow down, man?
Yeah, I mean, everything else was like really good in that run, though.
Yeah?
Like RNG wise,
I've watched your run.
Really good. Yeah.
I lose track of stuff. You know what I mean? I've seen your run.
Yeah. Execution like got a little bit shaky at some points, but
oh sure, when doesn't it, right? Okay, so here we have another Phantom Grab. This one is a little bit easier, but not. It's still really difficult. And he gets it, of course he does. That's our boy Tiki. And you're going to notice the way he jumps is very deliberate. These are very deliberate. I think those are dash jumps, right, Tiki?
Yep.
Okay, and now finishing with a double kick. We need this E-Tank. Now watch this. Only a few runners do this smash, and that's pretty cool. Walrus and I do like land below. Tiki and Tokyo do that mash there, or something similar to each other. Is probably saves close to a second, I'd say, over me and Walrus.
Yeah, according to my timing, it was like 45 to 60 frames, like depending on how well it goes. It's like much harder to control than the safe strat, which is like going down first and then like doing long jumps.
Is that more of a rhythm or a mash, Tiki?
Yeah, I think it's more of a rhythm, but it's like pretty close to like my max mashing speed.
Gotcha. Something we haven't mentioned on these bosses is RNG, and Tiki handled Penguin so well that we really didn't get to talk about RNG. Penguin can slide, Eagle can dive. There's a bunch of RNG in this run. It's kind of ridiculous what can happen to your run so quickly. We are getting a decent pattern. This is what you want to see, and this is the utility of why we do C-Sting early, or Chameleon third, rather, is we get C-Sting for this fight, and it just knocks down the RNG to a manageable level. Like, I think it saves on average around 12 seconds, but I think potentially it saves like 15, or at worst, I think it saves 8, right, Tiki? Or something like that?
Yeah. I think comparing worst case C-Sting fight to best case Buster fight, it's like 5 or 6 seconds, I think. Still.
It's pretty nuts.
Yeah.
And like that's a big difference at a top level. It's a big difference at any level. 12 seconds is a lot of time, even like at a 37, I would say. You see a lot of new runners going for C3 now, and that's so cool. That's so cool to me. Back when I started speedrunning this in 2018, mid 2018, and only 2 people ran C3 that I was aware of back then. I think the best time was Eagle third was like a 35:04 or something.
Yeah.
And now so many people just have 35s, and we're so much more knowledge just because Tiki and Zam just kind of math things out. And it's really nice to see.
Yeah, C3 has been around for a pretty long time. Hang on, sorry. It's been around for a pretty long time, but like I think people just kind of viewed it as like the top level route that was like way too hard to go for unless you were going for a 34 or something.
Yeah.
But like the best part about it is that it really mitigates the RNG in Eagle, and also it gives you C-Sting like really early on, so it makes so much of the platforming in the other stages really trivial. Like, you'll see pretty soon in Mandrill stage, like, I'll just use C-Sting through what's otherwise considered, like, one of the hardest platforming parts of the game. And so, like, it kind of concentrates all of the difficulty of the 8 navs in Chameleon stage, and then the rest of it is just kind of, like, straightforward and free. And also, the RNG factor of Eagle is mitigated a lot, because the C-Sting can... It splits off, so you can use it kind of as anti-air, and a buster, you can, if Eagle hovers, you can only hit him with a blue charge, and it takes forever to react to that. So like, there's just like a whole bunch of idiosyncrasies of the buster Eagle fight, and of course it takes longer, so that means more chances for Eagle to dive. So that's really the strength of this route. It's not so much speed as it is RNG mitigation and consistency.
Yeah, totally. And you get rewarded too. It debatably makes the mid game a little bit easier. You're gonna see him abuse. Tokyo calls it cheat sting. We're gonna see some abuse here throughout. Like he said, you actually seen it in there's so much that goes into C-Sting and why it's important that we just completed a whole stage without even talking about that stage. Nice stage, by the way, Tiki. That's the first time I've seen you miss that Phantom Grab, by the way, in Mammoth.
Oh, really? I miss it all the time.
Really?
Yeah,
dude,
it's hard.
Huh. Well,
it's like the Chameleon Phantom Grab, but without the, high stakes attached, because if you miss it, you're just like, okay, I lose half a second.
Yeah.
Whereas Chameleon, it's like, okay, it's a reset.
I think it's a testimony to how consistent you are with your movement. I just never see you miss it. I watch you all the time too. This is my favorite stage, by the way. I love this stage, and Tiki's not playing in the dark. He used to, but he's not anymore. You can see C-Sting being utilized right here, and he's just going through, just gliding through the stage. But it does run off, and we need to kind of kill the stuff coming. He's killing those because it costs a lot of lag to let those birds live. Here, we're going to do a full charge tornado, and a single shot of tornado, and then we're going to start another charge. And we have what I would say is probably one of the more difficult grabs in Hundo. We call this Paw Heart. Tiki's going to like stop to manipulate the boomerang. The boomerang will go up as long as X is going up vertically. It will go down and curve down if he's falling. Good grab.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, you do that charge there, huh? That's
yeah,
pretty cool.
It's way more consistent than just going for
Sure.
the jump right over him. And it's like, just maybe like less than 5 frames slower, if that. So I would rather have something that does that every time and loses at most 5 frames than go for something that is really hard.
We're going to see the utilization of the armor that he was talking about earlier. Check this out. We're going to just go right into him, and the reason we're doing that, we want shotgun ice to explode inside of him. Those are all, if I understand it correctly, all of those shards were hitting on separate frames, allowing Tiki to get a first frame hit on all of those hits that he was inside him. And the benefit of that too is Mandrill can punch, and you can chase down Mandrill pretty easily with the armor. So we also get to do that strat with the Chameleon third route, which is really cool. I like that strat a lot, actually.
Yeah, it's for me, definitely the biggest benefit is if he punches, you get to kind of like follow his movement because you're in iframes and you're not at risk of getting hit again. So that makes it way easier to kind of keep consistent DPS.
Yeah, I love it. I'm glad I don't know. I don't know if it was around. Oh, dude.
Every time.
Okay, so what he did right there was he got a drop, which is lucky, and then he pressed his left button as he was falling to initiate the Phantom Grab, which gave him an E-tank that was behind him on the ground. It saves, I think, 8 seconds your first time? I can't recall. And
I think it's like 5.5 with this kind of setup.
5.5 seconds?
Yeah.
Really? Interesting. So you're telling me that's a 5.5 second time save over Hado?
Yeah. Oops. LOL.
Interesting.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I haven't like done all the timings for it, but like when I get it on my first try, my Hado splits are about 5.5 seconds faster than they would be without it.
Because, man, I could have swore it was like 7 or 8. But anyways, you're the one running. Right here is something so cool. Oh, less RNG, cool. Now we have an opportunity to do another full charge there. It's hitting for double what a normal spark would be. This is just a terrific stage, Tiki. I would love to know your pace, actually. Do you have a timer on your end?
No, I'm not running with a timer, so I have no idea.
I'm gonna just trust Waldo and say that this is nice fade out.
Finally got one. Jeez.
Hacked ROM for sure, dude.
Yeah, I mean, my RNG this run has been nuts.
Yeah, I would
Zero
love to
dive
hear it,
eagle, first try chameleon drop, god green biker dad, insta unroll Dillo. Like, I really couldn't have asked for better RNG, honestly.
Octo stage, we have more RNG at the end of the game, but something really cool that if you haven't seen this run in a while, probably this past year maybe, man, there's just so much going on. C-Sting is going to do a lot of damage these subs, just as much as Rolling Shield if I recall, and he's going to manipulate the C-Sting to where it's going to be live or on him during these ship kills, allowing him to get really fast hits.
No!
Oh no! So that was actually new. A little bit of movement there, a little bit of new movement there is that sub kill. We used to go underneath it and do a released full charge tornado, but now we go against that wall, release a single shot, chase it down, let it kill the ship, and then follow the ship down. It's actually so cool how this game has evolved in just a few years. Here we're gonna start charging. The Udoboros, we just killed the snake dude. There's actually one under the ground here too, and he just killed it. We didn't even see it, but it's there and unlocks the screen for us.
Oops.
Man, Tiki, you were so quick. I can't even keep up through explaining these stages. It's really fun to watch you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it's this run has been bumpy for sure, but you know, everything that really matters I've hit so far. But
hey, do we get to see the tech here, the Tiki tech, dude? All right. Oh, here we are.
Oh,
oh no, man.
Well.
If you notice, Tiki actually went to Fire Wave on these sucks. Check this out.
Can't be serious, man. I've been getting such terrible luck on Octo, like, all the time recently.
Really?
Yeah. But whatever.
So what Tiki tried to do there was he was inside of Octo and pressing left during his iframes. Pressing left or right against the wall. We do this with the task cars too, and you'll see it in Sigma 1. We allow X to just completely, well, not completely, but we cancel our deboost. We just, what would you say, Tiki? I'm at a loss for words here. We just cancel the deboost by holding a direction, right?
Yeah, when you go up against the wall and hold a direction against it, then you just like deboost straight into the wall, slide down it for like very small amount of frames, and then you can like move around freely again. Whereas if you just like take a straight up hit, you don't regain control for a solid 30 frames.
30 frames.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
Well, we're going to see more of it. Right now we're doing a revisit. This is Hundo. Tiki will be getting the heart. We need to die basically 3 times. So the joke earlier about not dying, we lied to you. There's going to be 3 deaths here. We need to visit this location a total of 5 times. We got that live too. Yeah, we didn't even die during C-Sting, or excuse me, C3. So that's awesome. So the way Tiki is jumping off this cart is not easy in my opinion. We want to be fast and we don't want to touch the wall or anything. So the way he's jumping is to kind of see the capsule, the health capsule, and a little bit of blue to the right. And we got to do that 3 times. And the way we actually visit the door, or do we do a visit? We jump off a cart a certain way too when we're actually going to go fight Dillo. So that makes 4 visits, and the 5th one, the Hadoken, will be there, an Easter egg. It's pretty OP. With the caveat that we're standing on the ground, we have full health. We will basically one-shot any boss, with the exclusion of Ranga, and I think it's Ranga, Wolf Sigma, and I think that's it. I think we use it any other place, if I remember correct. This is our 2nd death, so 1 more should do us. There's a beautiful, like, just beautiful dismounts on this cart. Very clean. Something interesting too about the cart is that we can actually clip through it if we land on the cart as it's landing back on the track. And I'm gonna probably ruin this game for a lot of people. This cart only has 1 wheel. What is going on with these physics, dude?
Well, yeah, that's why it's so janky.
Alright, good job, Tiki. We made it. We're here. We're at Hadoken. 3 minutes have passed, and it's time for the real game to start.
Yeah, so Sigma 1, Clipper was saying, it's definitely one of the harder stages.
Absolutely, dude.
You kind of like start right off the bat with like a pretty tough jump, which hopefully I won't die on, but no promises.
This whole stage is incredibly difficult. The ramp up in Sigma 1 compared to what you've been seeing in the rest of this game is insane. Everything is, I would say, pretty tight. Nice job, Tiki.
Thank you.
Okay, we did it. Now these deboosts, or excuse me, well these hits, they're very intentional. We have so much health, and we have another Vile fight coming up. We cannot win the fight, so we need to kind of get in a position to where he's going to end the fight as soon as he can, which is by shooting his lightning ball things at us. We're going to go ahead and we need 6 or less health to be able to do that, and Tiki's right at 6. It's all planned and calculated. You notice that he did this weird jump off the wall? That's because we played Don't Touch the Floor right there. It allows this cutscene to happen during. Oh, you got a slow skip too. Dang, Tiki.
I was really afraid I was gonna soft lock because
Gotcha.
he did the pattern where he jumped straight up, and the way I have it planned out.
I see it.
Yeah, you're not supposed to shoot the shield when he does that, because if you do, he'll like. There's a possibility he'll jump back and land exactly in place, and that's too fast.
I remember that. You know what's funny? It never happened to me not 1 time in 3 years running this game. So lucky, dude.
It happens to me all the time. I thought it was gonna happen to me there, so I like. But I very luckily caught myself in time, so I like let go of start and just kind of hoped for the best, and it came out okay.
Nice. Yeah, so that was Vile skip. You blink and you miss it. This climb is, you want to be fast. You don't want to drop down. You want to be kicking as far as the wall as you can from the wall. You don't want to be super deep or anything. It's a pretty hard climb. We're gonna make a joke out. Well, this is our 2nd Hadoken that we're gonna do here. This guy can teleport or do other stuff. He didn't teleport. Feels good, man.
Feels.
I wonder what
good.
that's like.
Yeah.
I don't know,
well,
man.
Whatever luck you had during the GDQ run, that's passed to me, like, in my recent attempts, because...
Oh, no, dude.
I don't know, I was, like, practicing him, and, like, he teleported on me, like, 5 times in a row or something like that, and I was like, this is not supposed to happen. I did it, like, 50
really
times one time, and he teleported on me twice. In 50 attempts, and then he teleported on me 5 times in a row in practice, and then like 3 times during an attempt session or something. It was terrible.
Man, Tiki's out there getting the bad RNG, so we don't have to. Thank you, Tiki.
Well, it was you first during GDQ.
It was me first, dude.
Yeah.
Why'd you do it, man? Sig 2 is, man, I love the music here. and it's such a good stage too. But we're just gonna blow through it, especially in Hundo. In any percent, it's a little bit different. We have to use Fire Wave, and RNG comes back into play. But we do have our fair bit of RNG too in Hundo. We'll see what we get with the Ringa fight. This Hadouken can trip you up. Tiki executes it perfectly, of course.
Got him.
But not just because we have all this health and everything, we're not safe. We're absolutely not safe. In fact, it's probably scarier at a top level to get hit than it is even in any percent. Because even though we have all this health, we can't use it. Again, Hadouken needs to have full health to be able to execute it, and we need to be standing on the ground. Oh, and there's some gaps. Oh, Tiki, get it, dude. Got some gaps there. Again, those say 20 frames. Here we have another Hadouken. I'm pretty sure Hadouken hits for 32 damage.
Yep.
Which is what the bosses have, so that's good. Ringa is an interesting fight. He has 3 eyes that he can shift or push out. Blue, green, and red.
Uh-oh. Hopefully
we want to see blue eyes or moving red eyes. We absolutely hate green eyes here. We do not want to see green eyes. Let's take a look, see what we get. Alright. Nice jump, by the way, Tiki. I love that, dude. Waters did that back in the day. And 1 cycle on the nose. Let's go, man. Good job. That was a perfect fight. That was a god Ringa.
Yeah.
This RNG is insane, by the way.
Yeah, what the hell is happening? Except for Octo.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a really good run, man. Tiki, don't bomb my PB when you're playing this marathon, man.
Well, Sigma 3
the
is
game.
choke central, so we'll see.
Oh, yeah, we'll see. I trust you, though, man. Speaking of choke central, we have 1 of 3 really big, time-consuming things. If you miss it, he gets it, of course. It is Dillo Skip. There's supposed to be a fight here. It's supposed to be Armadillo. Arbadillo. And...
Armadillo! Ah! Okay. Lucky.
Oh, see, okay, we got some health there, so that's good. Remember, we need full health, and we need to be standing on the ground. Check this out. We're gonna do push a sled inside of the wall. Stand on the sled and Hadouken the chameleon. Check this out. Perfect. And we can't. We should have mentioned. We cannot swap our weapon while another weapon is on screen. So while that ice sled was on screen, we couldn't go to Buster to use the Hadouken. So he needed to pause there and then buffer a shot to get the Hadouken off. And this one's one of the easier Hadoukens, depending on how he does it, which it looks like we're doing ice, which I totally agree with. And it would have been a jump pattern, so that worked out definitely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the ice Hado has like a 50-50 chance of being faster.
Yeah, and it's safer, dude. You're not going to take damage if you like miss a five frames with Spark or something. So you know, why not, dude? It's safe, it's free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It sometimes saves time, or splits even or saves time, right?
Yeah.
So this Hadouken has cost me a lot of runs, and I'm embarrassed to admit that, but you just shoot and then you Hadouken.
I mean, sometimes, like, if you miss the Hado input, it's like...
It's rough, man, because he just fires at you, and you're like, what do? You just stand there.
Yeah.
But some of these Hadoukens are free. Some of them, like, are the most...
Not this one, though.
No, this one will definitely trip you up. This one is not free. Check it out. Oh man, he makes it look so easy.
Yeah, but I had a run on pace the other day that, like, this one is supposed to be the easiest one in the stage, and I nailed everything else in the stage and just got owned on that one. Owned. Just outplayed.
That's the one on your Twitter?
Yeah.
If you guys care, you should definitely go look at Tiki's Twitter and check that out. It is worth, what is it, 40 seconds of pure gold. You should definitely check that out.
Yeah, it was bad, and I was going to PV, like...
Oh, man. And let's not be coy here, like, that would have been a world record, by the way. Tiki is the current world record holder in this category, so that's a big deal. Nice Hado, by the way. Dom Doken, those are not precise inputs, I would say, but definitely some hard inputs there. What we're doing is we're doing a Hadouken on the ground as we're climbing up and barely getting on that foot of the that thing. I don't even know what to call him, dude. But he's definitely trying to get Hadouken barely up on the shoe portion of the boss. That looked really fast. That's all buffered movement. It's really cool. That's one of my favorite Hadoukens in the game. Jedi Sigma, you'll see a lot of newer runners struggle with this. I see a lot of runners actually struggle with this even today. Tiki Matt just flies through. You can tell a good Hado from how far or close it is from the center. And all you want to do is full deliberate Hados, and you'll get that every time. You watch runners today, and like they're almost getting, they're almost getting swung at and stuff. You would think we'd be able to. Nice. Oh god. Hado, the final boss of the game, but nope, we have to use Rolling Shield. If we use Hadouken here, it'll just dink right off. And that is time. GG Tiki. That was a sick run, man. Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't know what the time was on it, but if I had to guess, maybe like 35:15 or something.
I think, if Waldo's correct here, it's a 35:08.
Okay.
And that is 2 seconds from my PB, so GG, man. That's a sick run.
Thank you. Yeah, that's not bad at all.
No.
Lots of,
a good run, man.
you know, I have jitters when I do marathon runs or event runs or whatever. So
Sure.
a lot of that came through, I think, in like the general movement, but I held everything together for everything major. So
Not many marathon runs exist out there at that time, so that's a sick run, man. Good job. GG.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know what if Waldo's gonna like come back in, but that's really awesome.
Okay.
Thank you for having me.
Hey.
I appreciate it as well.
Yeah,
hey.
thanks guys for running. It was awesome. That was a crazy run.
Sick, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, barring that Octo RNG, I can't imagine how awesome that could have been.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it could have been a 34 if I played Octo a little bit better. But
So,
yeah.
Yeah, crazy good run though. So, but yeah, thank you so much for doing this run, and Clipper, thanks for doing commentary.
You're welcome.
For everyone that's not already following these two, you definitely should. They are incredible at the games they play, and you should definitely check them out.
Thank you, Waldo.
Yeah, thank you.
GG Tiki.
All right.
GG, thanks a lot. Have fun with the rest of the event.
Yeah, good luck, man.
Yep, we got Tokyo and Prof up next, so we'll go to an intermission.
Tokyo
real quick
90, that guy?
Yeah, Chokyo and yeah, I
know.
Dude. All right. Well, we'll go to an intermission and get that set up, and we'll be back in a minute.
All right. Sounds good.
See ya.
All right. Well, I am